Alcano's hit a few balls on the table. Now Efren will hit a few.
See what he just did there, and he shot the cue ball cross table there. I think he's just trying to see if he can follow through dead center. You know, I think that's a little exercise. Well, he's practiced enough.
We're still at 4 matches in progress. You can hold it down and appreciate it and the way you're short.
And just watch Reyes, Efren Reyes practice. You see the way he spins the cue ball. He wants to get a feel for shots, feel for the conditions, the speed of the table, how much it does move. But Reyes is definitely one of the all-time greats. Would probably, if they took a ballot with all the players, to name one of the great players that has ever played the game, he'd probably occupy as many of those ballots as any player.
Yes, but let me tell you something. I'm not patting myself on the back. It's just that I have been around so long, so my opinion counts a little more as far as best all-around player ever.
Oh, agreed. You've seen more
I've
players.
seen all the other players. So they're guessing. They might be right, but they're guessing. Unless you have been around like the last 50 years and you saw the Lassiters and the Wurst and Balsas and Crane and all those kind of players, your opinion isn't as strong, although it might be right. You know, I think Efren could very well be the best all-around player ever, because he wound up playing in a straight pool tournament and won that.
One pocket. Who's better than Efren in one pocket?
He is playing super, and I am proud to say I got him stuck. I beat him playing one pocket for 1,000. And you know how that works with pool. You probably have the same situation.
Now hold on. Let me just. Yeah. I want to go back to that last statement. You beat him for 1,000 playing one pocket, and that was level.
Even up.
You beat Reyes. Danny, you've just moved ahead of Jack Nicklaus.
Ask him.
You've just moved right ahead of Jack. You're still behind Evel Knievel, but you've moved ahead of Jack Nicklaus on my idol list.
But I was going to mention something to you, and I know that's probably the same thing in snooker. You probably had people you beat all the time, and then there's people you can't beat. I beat Efren the last 3 times I played him in 9-ball tournaments. In one of the matches, I beat him 11-1.
I mean,
so wait a minute. Last year in Reno, when he won the big tournament, $500,000, he threw a party after the tournament, and I was sitting just opposite of him. It was food and wine and everything, and in the middle of it, he stood up and pointed at me and said, "I never beat him. I never beat him." So I was proud of that, I think I'm a fairly humble guy, but I'm so proud of that. Because I'm not playing anymore, so he's never going to get even. I beat him the last 3 times I played him forever, and I beat him playing one pocket for 1,000.
That's good. And he's got no chance of getting even.
Never.
No chance.
But in all fairness, I could play when I was playing. And
obviously, because I think he's in a different world playing one pocket.
Yeah, but here is the thing about it. One pocket has a lot of creativity. And they took a poll years ago, Billiard Digest, and they voted Efren and I tie as the most creative players.
Wow. See, Danny, I was never lucky enough to see you play.
Yeah.
and obviously see you play in your prime. I'm not the youngest guy in the world, but you'd think maybe 30 or 35 years ago, when I was kicking off, that I might have been fortunate enough to catch a glimpse of you.
Well, except there's one little thing there, and I get a little peeved about it because they always write Irving Crane won a tournament, he was 59 and all that. I won 4 tournaments after I turned 62. Truly. And until the eye surgery that went astray, my left eye, I had laser surgery and they detached the retina. So I have double vision, and I'm going to miss balls. I play real good at times, but I might miss anything. So, it has nothing to do with age or anything like that. If the surgery went right, I'd still be competing, and I don't know if you can tell, I miss it. I would wish I was down there playing.
Danny, believe me, when you've been in the competitive arena at any stage in your life, that hunger is always there.
I competed my whole life.
But it's
so
did I.
In other sports.
I mean, people still ask me. They still ask me. Do you ever play anymore? You know what? I don't have time.
Okay.
I've got just with my family and the Canadian tour that I now organize.
It's a full-time job.
I broadcast all over the world. I'd love to play, but something. It's not so much that I miss playing or that I don't have the time to compete. I don't have time being ready to compete. I don't have time to be able to get myself and get my game in shape to a point where I'm comfortable competing. Mm-hmm. That's the issue. Could I compete? Sure, I could compete, but do I want to just chalk my cue and throw it out there? No, I want to be ready to play.
Right. Well, what happens when you get older isn't that you can't play anymore. You don't work at it as much anymore. That's the thing that really makes it go straight.
I remember one of the female tennis professionals. She said something that I heard on TV in an interview one time, and it stuck probably with me more than anything that I've heard a lot of professional athletes say. It was Hannah Mendlikova, one of the Russian tennis players.
I remember her.
And she retired prematurely. And they asked her, and it was something like 27 years old, I think she was, which is obviously isn't young for a tennis player, but you still have 3 to 5 years of good quality tennis left in you. She was in the top 10 when she retired, Danny. She said that she didn't feel like she could commit. The dedication level to the practice wasn't there anymore. The priorities in her life had changed, and tennis wasn't a priority. And something, it's funny how just speaking personally, the birth of my daughter, my oldest daughter, Erin, 12 years ago is when I retired from playing snooker professionally. Dead on.
You wouldn't have got your best out of it anymore.
1995, my daughter was born. I retired in 96.
Okay, let me boast a little more because we're not on the Acostat tape. We're on the Billiard Club Network. I won at least one major tournament in every division. I won the National 8-ball title. I beat Marner. That's a pretty good win in the finals. I won the World All-Around Tournament in Johnson City. I won the World One Pocket Tournament. I won the Classic Cup 9-ball tournament. I beat Kirk Stevens on Canadian National TV.
My buddy, my best friend.
But I did. I ran 88 on him, and you know what happened? I stopped to talk to the people.
Danny,
I could have ran 112.
I've got to ask you, if you could just talk to our viewers on the internet, I've got to talk to Rob Sikora.
Okay, go ahead. Sorry, folks, I'm not going to boast anymore. But when you get to be 72, the only thing you got left, in my case, is the memory, and so I like to talk about it now and then, especially when I'm at a tournament with all the top players. I miss competing.
Jeremy Jones, Tommy Tokoff, table number 2. Brandon Shipskin, Derek Moore has also been eliminated. He hopes Donnie Mills and Derek Leonard. I'm going to hand for all those guys. This one, thanks, guys.
Jimmy White, my commentary partner, is down near the pit getting some last-minute details straight. He's climbing over everything. Yep. Yeah. Well, anyway. But anyway, I was in gear boasting. And
you were, and I took off on you. Sorry, yeah, that was very.
But I have to tell you this last one. I ran 308 balls and bowled a 300 game on the same day.
Well, I guarantee you might be the only man ever that has ever done it or will ever do it.
Oh, yeah, well, nobody's going to try to do it, mostly.
Well, you know something, there aren't many. I'll tell you what, a lot of people don't realize about pool players and snooker players. These guys have terrific hand-eye coordination, and I have yet to see a pool player or a snooker player that isn't pretty handy with a tennis racket, with a ping pong paddle, especially with a golf club. You put a round object at the end of any sort of instrument, and a guy that can play pool picks it up real quick, and unnaturally quick.
Okay, let me tell you something about golf and tennis. I never played those games. You know why? My neighborhood was poor. That's rich man sports. And I never got to play them.
Maybe in your era. Now it's a lot more accessible. You see tennis courts in playgrounds everywhere.
But it costs you $200 to play golf.
But even baseball. I
played baseball.
Well, and I'll bet you were pretty good at it.
I played in the Pony League, semi-pro baseball.
You're just justifying what I'm saying. I played baseball to a good standard. And you're hitting a ball with a bat, and you've got to have very good hand-eye coordination to be able to do that. And
I was very fortunate. I feel like I was really a kind of fortunate person because I had some skills that my build and size didn't figure to have.
Danny, you were born too soon. You know that. I mean, someone that was capable of doing what you were capable of doing. Now, you would have probably written your own. You could have just.
You're right. You're right. But you're talking about money again.
Well, but money and lifestyle.
That's what it is.
Lifestyle and
you
just
you
choice
certainly have heard about my throwing arm. I had a super throwing.
Listen, now I got to tell you this story. While we're watching
I'm
Reyes
bragging.
and
I'm bragging.
No. I like that though. You're not bragging. Something like people don't realize who you are and what you were capable of. I'll brag for you if you don't. But I got to tell you a funny story about throwing. I actually have a pretty good arm too. I pitched. When I was in Pony League, I pitched, and got looked at by some scouts for better ball teams. Now, I made a bet when I was young. I played golf to a good standard. I actually had a college scholarship playing golf, and I made a bet with the pro at our golf course that I could break 100 throwing the golf ball around the golf course. The only thing is, I wasn't too bright. I decided to try and do this in one day instead of saying, well, I'll play a hole a day.
Yeah, you'll hurt your arm.
Well, by the fourth hole, my arm was hanging down. It was aching. I was dead. So I passed that $100 over to the golf pro and learned my lesson. And you know something, Danny? My arm has never been the same.
Yeah.
Never been the same.
I could understand it because I've done a lot of that. I played golf against people. But my bet was from 125 yards, they hit it, I throw it. And then when I'm on the green, I roll it.
Yeah, that's what I did, like a marble.
Yeah. The cue stick doesn't work.
But I was guaranteed a maximum of 2. So I had a free shot to get it in the hole, rolling it like a marble. Yeah, but my arm was like a wet noodle by the time that was done.
I beat Mantle and Maris throwing balls for distance. You know, I had a stronger arm than either one of those people. I won $1,000 with that in Fort Lauderdale when they were training. You know, the Yankees used to have training camp in Fort Lauderdale.
Do you know a lot about baseball and you know, players with arms? You know, they actually had a contest years and years ago.
Rocky Colavito had the strong. He threw it further than any ball player ever did.
No,
maybe at that time
there was a ball player, and this will be back in the Well, it was probably the Mantle Maris era because it would be late 50s, early 60s. Glenn Gorbis, his name was.
Oh, I don't know that name.
Never heard of him, but I'll tell you what, he threw the ball from dead center field and threw a strike, no bounces to home plate. And he was capable of hitting the backstop from straightaway center field. And nobody's heard of him, and that's the only reason I know about him.
Yeah.
Thank you, Scott. You know, Ken Schumann found that the other day, your assistant, walking over here from the Hampton Inn. Ken, and I saved it. So that's something special. Thank you. I'll make this short. I know you guys are going to be talking too long, okay? But I've been good. I've been very, very good this week. Okay? Very good. A gentleman told me a little while ago, not to mention names, he came up to me and said, Barry, I really want to apologize for something I said to you last year. I know it hurt your feelings. And he said, do you remember? And I said, yeah, I remember. And he said, will you forgive me? I said, I forgive you. We shook hands. I said, but you need to give me a crown and Diet Coke. He said, that costs a lot of money. So he got me one anyway, and we're friends now. So in other words, hint, crown and Diet. Dan Louie, we all know Dan Louie was taken ill today. He's in a hospital. He's at Chesapeake General Hospital. They're operating on him as we speak. He has some internal issues. We don't know the extent. His kin and family are on the way here. Dr. Pitt, hopefully to take him home. And our hearts and prayers are with Dan Louie, a fine young man. And let's just pray for a moment to ourselves that he get well and be able to come home. I appreciate it.
Real nice fellow, Dan Louie.
I let the people know in our first match about Dan, and we are praying for Dan. Collapsed during his match.
Honestly, I've had the best time I've had in many U.S.
By the way, folks, this is Barry Berman, just in case anybody didn't know at home watching. He is the promoter and the man responsible for the U.S. Open.
Having your head together helps, which I have. And since I don't have any parties at my house anymore, I have one party a week a year here, and this is a whole lot more fun. So thank you all for being here. And I really can't get in any trouble. Well, I'm not. These tables are for sale, $4,500. See me with a $500 deposit. The lights are for sale for $700. Please visit our vendors. The schedule for tomorrow's matches are 11, 1, and 3. Afternoon evening matches are 7, 9, 11. Saturday, we're ending it. How do you like ending it on Saturday night? Isn't that nice? Also, we move.
Just Jimmy and I.
Without a walkway to distract the players.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
How do you like that? I just wanted to know. Saturday, our final day, we start at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, so we get a little sleep. After partying all night at Q Masters, of course. And then we start at 1, semifinals are at 3, and the finals will begin at 7:30. Not 9. Hell, it's too late when we get out of here. 7:30, and by the time I finish with what I've got to do, and there's a lot of people to thank, so you have to bear with me. The finals should start exactly no later than a few minutes before 8. We'll be out here by 10. We'll be down at Q Masters by 10:30, 11. Good night to have a good time. before everybody drives home Sunday. So that's what we're doing. The parking lot will be full. You can park at night and after 5 tomorrow or anytime on the weekend. Behind the building, there's some offices that are not open. So you can park behind the building, no problem. They will not tow your vehicles. Also, it's a city ordinance, mobile homes. You cannot leave your mobile homes in this parking lot overnight. You can leave them there during the day. I fought for that. I won that battle, so you have to leave it. You have to vacate at night. Just merely go across the street behind the hotels, the extended stay. They're fine with it. So you have to move it a block, and that's not too bad. So bear with me there. Dates are posted for the next 2 years. Everyone knows that. We're going to have a champagne toast after the finals. We're going to have a party at Q Masters. It's going to be off the hook. Also, there's 2 raffles going on with Capone and Jacoby, and I appreciate Josie and Stealth as sponsors as well, and all my sponsors. Last night, as you know, for the first time in a long time, we didn't have someone sing our national anthem. She was not feeling well, so Mr. Steve Willis filled in without singing, thank God, and said a prayer, and that worked very well. So this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to bring out, I just met Valerie an hour ago, and I tell you, so let's stand and salute our flag, and Valerie is going to sing our national anthem for you. Now, that didn't take too long, did it? Getting quicker and quicker.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Wow, we just met the parking lot a half an hour ago. That's pretty damn good. Really, she pulled up. I knew she was coming. She said, "How do I know you?" I was outside walking my little monster. And I said, "I'll be walking in with a girl, a little 10-pounder in a minute." So that's how she found me. So, no, just kidding. We arranged this afternoon. Valerie, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night, same time, and then earlier Saturday night. Well, you guys are in for a treat tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to turn the show over. Ken, would you come out, please? And Scott. When we wake up tomorrow, there's 2 days left, and it just goes by too damn fast. It really does. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of determination in everybody, but when it's all said and done, it's over with too fast. And these guys really work hard all week, and thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. We have made some wonderful decisions this week, and we learned from our decisions. So I really appreciate Ken Shiven and Scott the Shot Smith. Thank you. Let's give them a nice round.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing you again next year. Enjoy yourselves.
Come on, boys. Put a hand for Christian Rogers and Heather Evans one more time. We're really going to fortunately. Go, Robbie.
Good to go?
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is day number 5 of this year's U.S. Open 9-ball championship. 233 started. We have approximately 72 left in the tournament. $182,000 up for grabs. $50,000 to the winner. Race to 11, single or double elimination, single race on Saturday night at 7:30 to 13 games. Rules to play is the Pro Express version of 9-ball. At this time, we'd like to get the 9 o'clock card underway. We're going to draw your attention to table number 1. This is on the one-loss side. Our first gentleman is the number 1 ranked player on the Japan Tour from Tokyo, Japan, Mayuki Oi-san. And his opponent is house pro at Amsterdam and New York City, former winner of the BCA Open 9-ball championships, voted by his peers on the Camel Series to be Sportsman of the Year from NYC. Please welcome the silent assassin, Mr. Tony Robles, to table number 1. Thank you. Table number 2, also on the one-loss side, he's the number 1 ranked player in Korea from Seoul, Korea, Shin Young Park. Thank you. And his opponent is currently marketing his own line of signature cues and cases. Former World 8-ball, former World 9-ball, former World Straight Pool, former World One-Pocket Champion, member of the Hall of Fame. Give it up for Mr. Nicky Barnard. Thank you. Bracket action on table number 3, player representative for 100 Qs, known as T-Rex, now residing in Detroit, Michigan. Please welcome back Tony Chohan. Tony Chohan, table number 3. And his opponent is player representative for Chameleon Rack and Scorpion Qs. He's the house pro at the Marietta Billiard Club in Georgia. 4 times he's won the World 9-ball championships. 11-time player of the year. Please welcome the number 1 ranked player of the United States, Mr. Johnny Archer, Scorpion. Thank you. Bracket action on table number 4. This also is first gentleman is player representative for Hustlin' USA and Predator Qs in the Lomax Jump Q. He resides in Eastleigh, South Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a former world all-around champion. Give it up for Larry, the Truth, Neville. Larry Neville, table number 4. Thank you. And this opponent sponsored by Josh Q, Simona's Club, Gabriel Tables, Sieberts.com, and Q-Wiz. He's a former WPA World 9-ball champion. He also is a former U.S. Open 9-ball champion from Manching, Germany, Mr. Ralph Souquet on table 4. Thank you. Women's bracket action on table number 5. Player representative for Durban Qs, one of the young guns on tour from Poplar Bluff, Missouri, Mr. Chuck Ralston. Chuck Ralston. And his opponent, each year he produces the Super Billiard Expo in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. Former World Straight Pool champion, former U.S. Open 9-ball champion, a lock for the Hall of Fame from Port Republic, New Jersey. Please welcome back Mr. Alan Hopkins. Women's bracket action, table number 6. This first gentleman's won over 50 stops on the Midwest Tour. Strong player from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, Mr. James Walden. James Walden. Thank you. And his opponent is sponsored on tour by Puyat Sports. He's the reigning Camel World 9-ball champion, our runner-up right here last year at the U.S. Open from the Republic of the Philippines. A warm welcome, please, for Rodolfo Luaz. Thank you. Women's bracket action on table number 7. One of Japan's premier players, he resides in Tokyo, Tomoki Makari-san, table number 7. And his opponent is the promoter of the Southeast Peach Hour Tour, former winner of the U.S. Open 9-ball championships, TK from FLA. Welcome back, Tommy Kennedy, Orlando, Florida. Thank you. Moving to the other side of the room on table number 8. This is also winner's bracket action. He's the house pro at Strokers in Palm Harbor, Florida. He's also player representative for Strokers Pool Sportswear, former UPA Rookie of the Year. Welcome back, Mr. Tony Crosby. Table number 8, Tony Crosby. Thank you. And his opponent is sponsored by Bugsy Promotions. He's a former winner of the Sands Hotel in Reno, Nevada. Also a world bar table champion from the Republic of the Philippines. A warm welcome for Dennis Orculio. Thank you. On table number 9 on the one-loss side, sponsored by Juniors Pool Hall. Number 1 ranked player in the Stan James Tour in Canada from Calgary, Alberta, Mr. Edwin Montel. Edwin Montel, and his opponent, sponsored by Puyat Sports. He's a former winner of the Asian Open and the Tokyo Open 9-ball championships, now residing in Tokyo, Japan, formerly from the Republic of the Philippines, Ramil Gallego. Thank you. On the one-loss side, table number 10. The reigning Texas State 9-ball champion. He resides in McAllen, Texas. Please welcome back Silver Ochoa. Silver Ochoa. And his opponent is sponsored by All Red Roofing and player representative for Hustlin' USA. He resides in Gastonia, North Carolina. Please welcome back Mr. Jeff Abernathy. Jeff Abernathy on the shoulder. Table number 11 on the one-loss side. He's currently ranked in the top 20 in the UPA Tour. He's sponsored by the Hong Kong Billiard Club from Hong Kong, Mr. Lee Chenman. Lee Chenman. Thank you. And his opponent is player representative for Lotto Q and MJT Net. He's sponsored by J. Helfer Productions from the UK, Mr. Johnny Fulcher. Johnny Fulcher and Lee Chenman. One-loss side on table number 12. One of the young guns on tour from Winnipeg, Canada, Mr. Jason Klatt. Jason Klatt on table number 12. And his opponent is sponsored by Adams of Japan from Tokyo, another member of their strong contingent, Tomo Takano. Takano-san, table number 12. And table number 13, one-loss match from Tampa, Florida, Mr. James Roberts. James Roberts. Thank you. Another gentleman from Hong Kong on table number 13, sponsored by the Hong Kong Billiard Club, two-time champion there in Hong Kong, Chai Wai Wu. Thank you. Table number 14. He's a former national junior champion at the Super Billiard Expo. He resides in Farley, Iowa, Mr. Adam Benke on table number 14. He's on the one-loss side. And his opponent, several-time Finnish champion from Helsinki, Finland, Marcus Juba. Marcus Juba. And on table number 15, your own gentleman from Virginia Beach, Virginia, is the house pro at Q Masters, one of the top cue makers in the business, Mr. Dave Bowman from Q Masters in Virginia Beach. Thank you. And this opponent is one of the top-ranked players in the UPA. He's knocking on the door from Charlotte, North Carolina, Mr. Sparky Farrell. Thank you. And last but not least, center court right here for the Chalk-Off Arena. Our first gentleman sponsored by Bucksy Promotion. He's a former World 8-ball champion. He's the reigning World 9-ball champion. Also sponsored by Guinness Stout and the TravelOutlet.com. Please welcome from the Republic of the Philippines, the world champion, Mr. Ronato Alcano. Thank you. And his opponent, sponsored on tour by Puyat Sports, San Miguel Beer. 6 times he's been the world all-around champion. He's an international superstar known as the Magician. From the Republic of the Philippines, give it up for the thank you very much for staying tuned in.
Yo, checking 1, 2, 3, 4, check. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you viewing on BilliardClub.net, we'd like to welcome you back to the 32nd edition of the U.S. Open 9-ball Championship. To bring you up to date, this is day number 5. We started with 233 of the world's greatest players. We have 72 gentlemen left in the tournament. $182,000 up for grab, $50,000 to the winner. Format is race to 11, double elimination, one race finals on Saturday night at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. At this time, we'd like to get underway with our feature matchup for this time frame. Our first gentleman is sponsored by TravelOutlet.com, Guinness Stout Beer, also by Bugsy Promotions. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a former World 8-Ball champion. He's the reigning World 9-Ball champion from the Republic of the Philippines. A warm welcome, please, for Ronato Alcano. Thank you. And his opponent is sponsored on tour by Puyat Sports, San Miguel Beer. 6 times he's been the world all-around champion. He's an international superstar known as the Magician from the Republic of the Philippines, the one and only Efren Reyes. Thank you. And gentlemen, you may lag for the first break. Good luck.
Well, Jim Weich, along with Danny DiLiberto, going to be bringing you all the action here from a match that we've all been waiting for all day. As soon as this draw appeared on the draw sheet, everybody booked this one in. And find me an empty seat anywhere in that arena, because they're all occupied. Efren Reyes and Ronato Alcano. The present, the past, and the future. In the face of 9-ball, from the Republic of the Philippines, the Magician, the one and only, Efren Reyes. It's a race to 11. Buckle in. It doesn't get any better. Reyes with the break.
Something went down, but he snookered. He made 2 balls, and you know, over the years, they talk about Efren doesn't break them real well. But you know why? He does everything else so spectacularly. It is the worst part of his game, but it's still pretty good. He made 2 balls, but he snookered.
And pushing gives the advantage to Alcano. And this can't be easy. Can't be easy for Ronato Alcano. He feathers the 8 into the 6 to tie the 6 up. If he can turn this into a chess battle, he's a heavy favorite.
You know, I've been talking about that all week. On the push, I believe you're going to get the worst of it, whoever pushes. So tie the balls up. I knew I didn't have to tell Efren to do that, because he knows every part of this game. For you people out there, and like I said earlier, before we went on the air, today I was talking to Ronato Alcano. He said he's playing his idol.
Now, Danny, did you ever play your idol when you were growing up playing?
Well, the closest to an idol would have been Willie Mosconi, because my neighborhood was all Italian, and
he's opening the 6 up.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
At least he tried. What an effort there from Reyes. Sorry,
Great
Danny.
Shot. Great shot. But it's okay. I really never had idols, you know. But the closest, like I said, Mosconi was Italian. In my neighborhood, poor neighborhood, it was pool and boxing, and therefore in pool
you did them both.
It was
to a very high
Mosconi,
level.
and in boxing, our idol was Willie Pep.
Well, Reyes here, he wants to roll through on this 3. He's got to leave an angle on that ball over the left center to be able to take the cue ball into that 6, because that 6 does not pass the 8. So this is the key shot in the opening round.
Did he get enough angle?
Well, we're going to know very shortly.
Yeah, he got an angle. Did he get enough? No, he's playing the billiard, guys. He is going to billiard the 6 and pocket the 8, and then he should have the 6 in that far corner pocket, depending on how hard he hit it. Might have it in the side too. Yeah. He didn't have great results with the billiard, because the 6 is at best a tough shot, and the position is tougher. Do you agree?
Efren, if he does have a weakness now, he's 53 years of age. I mean, the shot-making ability, the thought process, and the tactics have never left him. But the shot-making ability has.
That was very difficult. I know I thought he hit the billiard a little too hard, but you know, you want to cinch the 8-ball and make sure you stay at the table. And here's the results. He really had a tough way to go there. Tough shot and tough position. Ronnie should be very happy to be shooting right now.
And Alcano will take no prisoners in this one. Icon or idol. He'll park him in his chair for as long as he can. And Alcano, the reigning WPA World 9-Ball champion, opens his account here in the race to 11. And he'll have the break in rack number 2.
And of course, he's the tallest of the Filipino players, and that's easy. Right? Is it easy to beat? You know what we haven't heard much about now is the temperature of the table and the relative humidity. I'd like to hear something about that because I'm sure it's a little wetter tonight than it's been all week.
Well, it's probably upwards of about 75 degrees because it was 74 at the start of our last match, Bustamante and Perica. And the relative humidity, 55%. So again, that's starting to inch slightly higher than it was in the early going in this event, but it's come down from the first match. Rack number 2, Alcano gets that ball off the break, but more significantly, he doesn't have a attacking option at the 1.
Well, if the 8 weren't in the way, he could shoot the 1 straight on and stop the cue ball and play safe. I don't know if he could get it by the 8. He's playing the bank. Yeah, he's not even from Kentucky, right? Kentucky, do they have a... No. He had confidence. I didn't think he was ready to shoot the bank, but it split the wicket.
This man showed us so much last year in Manila when he won the World Championship. Creativity. And he held himself together under the pressure that was thrown his way by the Kaiser, Ralph Souquet, in that final.
Well, last year when John Smith was on the way to winning the U.S. Open title, on the route, near the end, he had to play Ronato Alcano, and after the match he said, "Danny, I am so happy to beat that guy. He might be the best player in the world."
Well, he was right. And Alcano is now going to knock this 9 in to go 2 racks to nothing ahead of Reyes. And that missed 6 from Reyes proving to be very hurtful at this stage, and how many more racks it's going to cost, only time will tell.
Cost him 2 so far.
Rack number 3, as Alcano gets out of his chair. The chameleon rack, used exclusively here in the U.S. Open, the 32nd inception of the event. Puts those balls together nice and tight in the diamond cluster, and Alcano will be looking to take them apart here. Rack 3 in the race to 11. And that wing ball is flying into the corner pocket. And it looks like Alcano's got a shot at the 1 here. Not going to be easy getting position to that 2.
No, it's a pretty thin hit, and there's obstructions in the path you'd have to pass to make the 1. Let's see what he figures out. The 2 is not sitting too well for the side pocket. I'll tell you what. he's liable to become the underdog in pocketing this ball. So I don't know. He might rather play it safe. I don't see how he can get to the ball. Well, he got so confident with the last rack when he banked the ball that he tried to bank that one, and that got him position had he made it, but he didn't make it.
Reyes comes to the table with nothing easy.
Yeah, tough shot and tougher position.
Won this event back in 1994.
So therefore, the
wall
great
of colors.
mind.
Yeah, wall of colors to try and hide behind.
Great mind. You know, he knows exactly the percentages of trying to play that ball and get position. So therefore, he played safe. And a good one. This is going to be a 2 or 3 cushion hit. He would like to go 3 cushion and hit the third rail, then hit the one solid. Well, he didn't. I liked it. I thought he had a bigger ball shooting 3 cushion.
Well, ball in hand. Efren just confirming that yes, he did in fact miss the one. Now Efren had laser surgery to his eyes a couple years ago, and all of a sudden we were seeing a revitalized Efren Reyes. But he seems to have fallen back a little bit again. I know in Holland a few weeks back in the World Cup of Pool, he and his partner from the Philippines, Francisco Bustamante, trying to defend the title they won the previous year in Cardiff. Well, Efren certainly looked to be the weak link in that partnership. He missed some very easy balls.
Well, let me tell you another thing about Efren. You know, he was a heavy smoker, and his health was going, and he had to quit. And when he quit, his game went down for a while, which would happen, I guess. And once his body, you know, got used to not smoking, he started playing great again. And the other thing you said about the Mosconi Cup partners with Bustamante, I think that he lost a little bit of the hungriness. You know, he's made more money in the last few years playing pool than any player ever made their whole career. And I think you lose a little bit of the hungry fire. That's only a theory, of course. We'll see. He might make me a liar before it's over. But in other words, he's eating well, and he's eating daily.
Yeah, he's not missing many meals, that's for certain. And he's got to get to the middle of the table to leave the 7 available. And back over the other side for the 8. And no problems now for Reyes.
Is he going to hit the 9 and go 2 rails off it? No, he went 2 rails off without hitting the 9. And he got ideal position.
And this 9 should pose no problems for the great man, and will get him off the mark here in Chesapeake. And with it, he pulls one back. It's still 2-1 in favor of Alcano. But Efren will have the break in rack number 4.
Well, he made 2 balls on the break the first game, and he was snookered. Let's see if he could make 2 balls or 1 ball and have a shot at the 1.
Over to the right-hand side of the table as he looks. Rack 4. Reyes gets that wing ball.
Soft break, too.
He's got nothing easy with the 1. He may have to just defend from here.
Yeah, I believe he'll play a safe. He's liable to go 2 rails and freeze Alcano on the 2 and the 3 over there. At least that's what I see. He's going to hit the 1 if he plays safe, which I think he will. I think he's got an excellent chance to do what I just called. Let's see if he tries that, or is he trying to cut it in? I can't tell real good. It looks like he did that, and he used the 2 and 3 and 7 to snooker him, and he did that.
Well, Alcano missed the last snooker that Reyes threw his way. This one's not going to be a lot easier, even though he's going for the jump cue. Don't know whether or not he's got enough of this to be able to try and make it with that 4 ball there, but he's got to go over the 7 and the 3, this wall of colors. And if nothing else, there's a little bit of an insurance policy for him. He's got to make sure and clear these colors. That'd be disaster if he broke them up.
You see how they used the jump cue? They lined it. Did he double bank? No. He double banked and left an easy start for Efren.
And now, whether or not that blue 2 is available, blue 2 in the other end of the table, you can see the 3, the 2, and the 7 in this circle here. Those are the problem balls right now, and they're going to have to be developed.
Well, we'll know right away.
Oh, look at this.
It goes in the. Well, he broke them up.
Oh, wow. What can you say about that shot? Looking around, everybody here is smiling. They can't believe Reyes has developed him with that effort. And looking at Ronnie Alcano, he never flinched.
I had no idea he was going to try to do that, and he got good results. It was such a good shot that he got rewarded for it. Boy, that's amazing what he did there. That cue ball was alive.
Phenomenal shot. And that's what you get. You come to watch the best.
Well, his desire to win might overcome what I said earlier about maybe he's not hungry anymore. That's a great stroke right there.
He's done all the hard work. In one shot, he turned what looked like a very difficult position into one of some promise.
Look at the control.
Nice angle to slide the cue ball over the other side of the table for the 6. I think Efren came to play tonight.
Yeah, it sure looks like that. He came with some fantastic strokes. You know, if we saw that first stroke where he drew the ball and opened up the 2 and the 3, if we saw that in slow motion, it would look like the cue ball was alive. Maybe we could see that. That's worth seeing again, what he did there. That's a good view. The cue ball just did a dance.
And back for the 9. And after laying the snooker on Alcano, he feasted on the remains. Efren Reyes back on level terms now, 2-2 with the reigning world champion.
Yeah, we're going to replay that shot because the cue ball looked like it gained speed after the initial hit, and it just came a foot, and then it really took off. It looked like magic. Watch this. Watch this. Slow motion. Look at it. See it? It looked like it got a rocket in it. Is that fantastic?
But the way those balls develop, like a flower opening its petals and inviting Reyes. And he's got the break happening.
Yeah.
And this is a very ominous sign for Ronnie Alcano. But he's got a difficult shot on the 2. Made 2 balls on that break and a long, difficult 2.
Right. He can't shoot it in the right-hand corner because he's going to brush the ball. I guess that's the 7 ball.
And they can play this into the bottom right and run the cue ball off the cushions and over the other side for the 3, but a tough shot.
But not for Efren. Look at the
He
control.
sends it off the 1 cushion.
He not only made it, he had left-hand English on the ball to go the right direction, which made it tougher.
Boy, he's sending a message here.
That was a great shot.
He is telling Alcano that he better bring his A game to this match.
Yeah, I'll show you, Ron, why I'm your idol.
Plays with a cue made by a fellow living in the Philippines, Ronnie Powell. Cue perfect. And I actually have a cue made by Ronnie Powell as well. A cue perfect cue.
Does it shoot as good as this one?
Doesn't quite work the way that one does. You know, every now and then it does, but then somebody pinches me and I wake up. He's a terrific cue maker, and I'll tell you, Efren's delighted with his
Jimmy
playing cue.
is being very modest because he is a very fine pool player. In fact, the only time I saw him play was against Efren in Louisville, and it was hill, and unfortunately, Jimmy hung the 9 ball up.
Well, somebody pinched me. And the easiest of 9s for Reyes to see his first lead. And Efren knocks that 9 in to confirm that the score is now 3-2 in favor of the Magician. And with the break to come in rack 6, Reyes on song here in the Conference Center in Chesapeake. And you know, when he's on song, it is a feast of shot making, tactical play, you name it. He's the boss.
Alcano 800, Efren Reyes 943.
Rack number 6. And again, going to the cushion.
Well, he's a mile away. I will tell you what. If he gets out from here, he will truly be the magician. Tough shot. Is he going to... Well, you know, you can't get to the 2 ball on this path here, but he can, if he feels real good, he can draw at 1 rail and get to the combination. 2-6. I'd love to see him try that, because I know if he gets there and pockets this ball, the audience is going to howl. And like you say, we have no seats. Standing room only up there.
No, the only empty seats you see are people that have ducked out to go to the washrooms.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, this arena was packed when they started out. And even in the other seats up above it.
Is he winding up to shoot? I don't know.
Getting positioned to the 2, he's got a possible 2-6 combination or even a billiard at the top end of the table, but he's got to come with a shot here even to leave himself that.
He might be playing safe. I don't know. One of the rare times you'll see him jump up on the stroke. He jumped up on the stroke. And he was actually banking it because it was the right angle to get to the 2, but he missed it.
Danny, I think he's laughing right now at himself. He chuckled as he went back, probably said something like, "What do I think I'm 20 years old again trying that shot?"
Yeah. He does do a lot of laughing at himself when he thinks he made a bad blunder. And a lot of times he scratches his head when he does that.
Well, he's going to find himself behind that wall of colors here.
Yeah. Not behind him. Stuck to him. Well, Alcano said, okay, I'm losing 3-2. He did some spectacular stuff, but I'm going to hang in there, and I'm going to see how good he kicks.
Well, this will be some effort hitting this. I'm not too sure he wouldn't be better advised to try and tie something up, but what can he tie up?
You're right. He's not in a position to tie anything up unless it's a kick tie-up.
Could he just bank that 6 up to the 4, or is he going to try and hit this?
I don't know. The 9's in the way going 2 rails.
This is 1 cushion. No?
No.
No, that was mission impossible.
Yeah, the 9 was in the path. I thought.
I thought he was jacking up there to try and bend it off 1 cushion between the colors. Alcano just had him hog-tied there, didn't he? He had no out.
He didn't have an out. For a little while, I thought he was going to go into the rail and hop over everything.
And very straight-legged, Ronnie, when he plays. Doesn't bend his legs at all. And for a fellow that's pretty tall, a little unusual.
He got perfect on the combination.
Slow rolls that in to guarantee himself position on the 2. All of a sudden, all of the unpredictability in this rack has been removed.
Yeah. This is a great match. A great match.
Just what we would have expected. And that's one of the reasons that everybody came out to watch this. And they will be treated with some kind of performance here from both of these 2 players. 3-3. The first 6 racks give us nothing from which we can gauge who's going to win this match. Alcano with the break in rack number 7.
And the card girls are doing an alternating walk.
Heather and
who has
Kristen,
the edge there? Which one?
I'm not sure if I want to live on who has the difference between those 2. And both players are knocking balls in off the break. And that's going to make for a very short evening.
Does the 1 ball pass?
Well, the way he's cueing at this, it does go by the 7.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The uh-oh was, I thought he was going to go behind.
Just a smattering of applause, but that was a pretty good effort, that shot.
Great shot. Great shot.
And here's the awkward ball, the 3. The way that he's played that, he must be able to smash this in and kind of bend that cushion a bit, because this didn't look like it goed. It goed. It went.
Yeah,
how about that word, goed? You ever hear that word?
It goes,
it's gone.
It went, and it's gone.
Goed.
Isn't that a little like Julius Caesar said, Veni Vici, Veni Vidi Vici?
Another good shot from Alcano there.
You know that terminology, right? Veni Vidi Vici?
I got no idea.
You don't? No. It means I came, I saw, I conquered.
I came, I saw, I conquered.
Very famous.
Very, very famous.
Yeah.
I know the English. I know the English interpretation of it. Around the angles, both of these 2 look so smooth. Alcano has that ability with that long stroke and the way he strides around the table just to make this look like it is effortless, and that in itself can be very intimidating. So many years the world champions have come to the U.S. Open and hoisted the title here. Is Alcano going to be another one to follow suit? Well, he's got a major roadblock in Efren Reyes right now, but he's 4-3 in front, and with the break to come in rack 8.
He's not intimidated, whatever he feels about Efren, and it's like what Irving Cranes told me a long time ago. The guy in the chair can't beat you. Just play the balls. Doesn't matter how much you're playing for, who's in the chair, how important the match is. Play the balls, and that's what Ron Alcano's doing. But he's been doing that for quite a while, hasn't he?
Well, he's spent a lot of time here in North America playing on that Joss tour up in the north. And he owned that for a while.
Well, the ball's falling in. He's made 2.
And he's got a shot at the 1. There you can see he's just edged ahead of Reyes in our pro ratings as he has on the score sheet. 4-3 he leads. And if he can knock this 1 in, he's going to be well on his way to a 5-3 lead.
Yeah, he falls on to 2. The 2 goes to the 3 easily.
And this is the sort of reply. Efren Reyes, if you'll remember, had gone 3-2 in front and took that very difficult long 1 on in the 6th rack. And ever since then, it's been all Ronnie Alcano.
Well, he knows that if he gets an opportunity, he better do well with it, because he's playing Efren the Magician. The most everybody's #1 player in the world. You know, you ask everybody who's the best player in the world, and they're gonna, most of them say Efren Reyes. And he could very well be the best all-around player ever lived.
Both very humble. But they let their cues do their talking when they're on the pool table. And that's 3 on the spin for Alcano. Now 5-3 in front of Reyes. And he doesn't look like missing now.
No, this is going to be a case of who breaks them best. And as of right now, Ron Alcano is breaking them best. All Efren can do is sit there and wait for his turn.
Yeah, and time will tell how long he's going to be in that chair. Ronato Alcano from the Republic of the Philippines settles in to break rack 9. The race to 11. And he's got that cue ball running around the cushions. And it might well be a bank to start this one.
Well, it's a little off angle. I mean, he would have to stiffen it. I don't like his end of a bank here. You know, I don't think he's going to shoot. I think he's going to play it safe. Well, he stiffened it. Wait a minute now. Kentucky people do that. That's a great bank there. You see how he stiffened that ball?
Played that with a lot of right-hand spin in that cue ball to straighten it off the angle. I'll tell you what.
Nothing going to stop this guy.
You win the world title. And he's such a humble man, too. You talk to anybody that knows him real well in the Philippines, and he is very, very humble, almost shy.
I want to tell a quick story about Efren, but this guy runs him out too fast. I'm not going to have time. He does play fast. I like that. Oh, man, we got him. Yeah, he's playing perfect up till then, and he was rolling away from Efren, and now Efren doesn't have a real good shot, but he's very pleased to have any shot.
He's delighted to get back to the table. This is a very thin cut, 53-year-old eyes.
I hate when people start talking like 53 is ancient. What do they think of me? Well, there's the 53-year-old eyes. He's going to leave a bank. The way Alcano's banking, this is a hanger. This is almost what I call my electric chair bank. You've heard my electric chair bank, right?
I'm about to.
Yeah. If you had to put a bank up and make it, or get the electric chair. This is the one I'd put up. Get it?
Got it.
That's my electric chair bank.
Follow through on this 7. And easily can forget about that missed 6 now because he still wins the rack. 6-3 to Alcano.
I hope he comes to Louisville and gets in all 3 divisions. I don't know if he plays one pocket, but I wouldn't doubt it if he played well. But he certainly can bank, and that's the tournament. There's bank, pool, 1 pocket, and 9 ball, and you have to play in all 3 of them to be eligible for the all-around prize money. I'd love to see him over there.
Alcano swings that cue ball over as Heather lets everybody know that rack 10 is en route. We've been getting that wing ball bottom left every break.
Went in again, but so did the cue ball. So did the cue ball.
Too much bottom that time.
Efren has a good chance to get back in this match here.
And with ball in hand, no obstacles whatsoever. This is like picking cherries, and Alcano will have already resigned himself to the fact that this rack is gone and how many more will follow it.
I know one thing, my good friend and fellow commentator, Billy Incardona, he loves Efren, and if he were here, we would have to fight him to get a seat to do this commentary. Yeah, he loves Efren. How could you not? How could you not? Even if you don't know pool and you're guessing, you'd be right. What a player.
Well, he's not happy with that.
Yeah.
He's overhit that.
Yeah, he wanted to be straight in, and there goes the Efren I messed up grin. But he still has the dice. He's going to have to hit rails now that he didn't want to have to do, and be a little longer away from the 6 than he would like to be.
And he's going to have to test his mettle just a little more than he wanted to as well with the shot making end. No danger.
Problem.
No danger for Reyes. I'll mark that one down now.
Well, he's having a little awkward time bridging.
Yeah, I'll play it left-handed.
Yeah, he plays almost as well left-handed. You know that. I know when...
Gets the 9 and 6-4. The confirmed score here from the Chalk-Off Arena.
And I know pool players like to exaggerate, so do fans, but a lot of people say he can finish high in tournaments if he played left-handed only. And of course he plays 3 cushions very well, championship caliber.
Rack 11. Reyes and Alcano, 6-4 to Ronato Alcano, the reigning world 9-ball champion. And Reyes willing that ball to stop. He didn't want it to come back and get in the way of this perfect layout.
It is pretty good looking.
And no obstacles here whatsoever. Now Reyes has been coming to North America for some time. Be great to get him up to Canada. I'd like to see him play in one of those Canadian 9-ball tour events. That would be nice.
Yeah, well, that would be tough right now, I believe.
You don't think he likes the cold weather, Danny?
Nah.
So I've got to have summer events up there.
Okay, he came to Florida and played in one of our Florida tours, and I took him to the dog track. And I picked a race for him and gave him the ticket, And he sat in the front row, and during the race he fell asleep. And I had to wake him up to tell him he won the race. And he said, "How much I win?" I said, $126. He said, "Oh, better than to play pool." This is 20 years ago.
A little movement there. And that one into the tradesman's entrance. You should have no problem with these. And he's such a great player. What an ambassador for the game. It just would have been a treat to see him up in Canada and let some of the fans, the pool playing fans up there, witness what they've only ever seen on television.
It's a testament to the popularity that the stands are filled. This is the first match that actually had no seating left, right? I mean, they've been drawing pretty well, but
I'll bet you we're drawing pretty well at home watching this too.
Oh yeah.
From the morning when we advertised this match. 1994 he won the title. He won the World Championship in Cardiff, Wales, the same decade. It was 90, I'm going to guess and say 96, 90. Well, no, it was a little later than that. It was more like 98, 99, I think he won the World Championship in Cardiff. I was there, but I'm guessing, to be fair. One thing I'm not guessing at is he's back in this match, and that's a fact. 6-5. Alcano still leads, but Reyes with the break in rack number 12.
You know, he made a movie where he was like the good guy, karate expert, like a Chuck Norris, you know, and he would just slay people with the karate.
You can't imagine how big a star this man is back in the Philippines. I mean, you would liken him to Muhammad Ali here in North American soil. He is a legend.
Yeah, I've certainly heard about that.
Rack number 12.
Well, he has a shot. I don't know if he can get to the 2 very easily because this is a thin cut and the cue ball is going to fly around and the 2 is sitting by the side pocket.
Well, Danny, he's got a chance here, though. If he makes the 1 into this pocket, the cue ball runs up and back down again. If he could get into this area, that would be ideal.
Yeah, he's got to not hit any balls.
He's got to shoot hard.
He shot your shot. Oh, he's okay.
Well,
no,
he'd
he's
like
okay.
He'd like to have traveled just a little further, though.
Yeah, but I would rather be shooting than have the other person shooting at this.
I'm not sure. He's taking his time here. Does this cut into the side?
It cuts in, but it's a very thin hit.
Yeah, you move that cue ball another foot, and this would be a piece of cake.
Yeah. Well, the problem is falling on the 3, not making the 2. If this were the 9 ball, the game would be over. But he has to fall on the 3 ball. Oh, he's going to kick. That's how thin it is.
It just looks like it's right on that point.
Oh, the people are going to love this, or he's going to hate this. How do you like that?
Listen to the crowd. A little bit more magic.
That is not only magic, it's creative. That's a great shot.
And again, watching Alcano, he didn't budge. The expression on his face, unchanged.
He expects Efren to do these kind of things. That was really creative, that shot.
And courageous.
Yeah. And look at the speed. It crawled, and it barely reached, but it fell down.
These diamond billiard tables are so consistent that Reyes knows that he can play shots, that he can dip into his wealth of experience and feel comfortable. Chalk Off Pool Table Cleaner, one of the sponsors of this year's event. as is Sam Syracuse, the bar cue. We also want to thank the Spider Laser Trainer and the Chameleon Rack, which we've alluded to. And where would they be without Simonis 860 pool cloth? The best, absolutely the best by miles. And these players are treated to conditions that don't get any better. And Reyes is filling the pockets on this diamond table. 3 in a row. He replies quickly to Alcano's burst of 4 racks.
And he's not done yet.
And it's a 6-6 score line here
Race
from the
to
Chalk-Off
5.
Arena. Efren Reyes, one of the greatest players of our time.
Or of any time.
6-6. And he's got his nose in front in the pro ratings. And nothing down. And just like that, the speed bump appears in the road.
Oh, yeah. Look at the layout. Look at the layout.
This has got all the markings of a replay from the Bustamante-Perica match. It seemed like Bustamante kept fighting and fighting in that match, but he could never get in front. And that's just what's happening here. As much as Reyes is firing away, he just can't seem to get in front of Alcano.
Well, this is the only hope Efren has is the 2 to the 3 for him to mess up with. And he got pretty good on that.
Yeah, he's not going to mess up here. Reyes led 3-2. That's the only point in the match he's been in front. Alcano quickly rattled off 4 racks to go 6-3 clear.
Well, there are people out there who say, he's calling this all easy. This is a tough shot. There's people who can't make this shot, you know, watching us. He overcut it. He couldn't make it either. Oh, boy. That's rare.
That's going to be costly.
Oh, it already is. You know, to his heart. He can't.
And to his confidence.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Well, I got him. I got him with that one. I'm talking about the people out there who would think that's a tough shot. You were conceding the rack to him, and look what happened. You know.
Well, such is the standard that these two present. That yeah, when they get an open shot and everything's there, it's a surprise when they miss.
Well, I did say the only hope Efren has this game is the 3 ball, but I never dreamed he was going to miss it once he fell on it. Perfect angle for an angle for an angle.
A little straighter than he would have liked, so he's going to have to put a little cue power into this. Just got to be careful.
Yeah, this is funny. This is funny because he got the wrong angle to go 2 rails to the 9. So what's he going to do? Is he going to draw the ball?
I'm going to draw this off that side cushion.
Yeah.
Got to be careful not to
There it
overspin
is.
this.
There it is.
The only danger was dropping into that corner pocket. And the crowd applauds that effort. Well, I said he wasn't getting in front. I just forgot to tell him he's back 1 rack clear of Alcano, 7-6, and with the break in rack number 14.
You know what I noticed over the years? The fans love it when you draw the cue ball.
They like to see that.
They love to see that cue ball.
I don't know about you, but I get asked an awful lot. People that don't play this game have a lot of trouble drawing the cue ball. They don't understand how they have to release the cue and let the weight of the cue work for them. And they also don't realize how low you can actually hit on that cue ball.
Yeah. I teach a bit, and that is one big problem. Once you hit the cue ball low, you got to follow through low, because if the cue comes up at any time in the follow through, it's not going to draw. But anyway, you know why I think they like the draw so much and they're so entertained by it? Because it actually hits and looks like it stops, and then it comes to life and comes back. They love that. That's like a magic trick.
Second break in a row for Reyes
No ball.
to come up dry. And he was breaking so well at the outset of this. This is the big shot here for Alcano, raising the back end of the cue. Oh, what a shot.
He didn't remember the three he missed. He just got up and fired that in.
I think that's one of the
tough shot.
secrets of success in this league, is having a short memory.
Right. Forget last inning. Don't dwell on it and bring it into your next inning, because it can only do you harm. And that's what he just did. He forgot about that.
The only problem ball, as far as Alcano looks, is the orange 5 right here.
Yeah.
It offers a combination to the 9, but that might be the stumbling block. And Alcano will already have worked that out in his mind, how to attack that.
Well, like I said last rack, the 3 was the only problem that could ever arise and give the opponent hope. And now you pointed out that, and you're right. But if he falls real good on the combination, it's not a tough combination. But when I say real good, if it has any angle to cutting, and he didn't want to mess with it.
No problems with that 5 anymore.
No.
Developed it.
He said, I don't want to shoot a combination, so I'm just going to nudge it out to where when I make the 4, I'll have position for it. All planned. All planned. He knew ahead of time that he was going to be playing position.
And he played
a little thin.
Short cushion here.
Yeah.
This is tricky.
It is tricky.
Very
I'm
similar.
surprised he did that.
Very similar to a cut that he missed into the same pocket from a different angle, but same sort of degree of difficulty. He's got to get this.
And he didn't, but this one stopped a little bit tough for the Efren Reyes magician.
He almost got that cue ball behind the 6.
I'm really surprised he hit the 4 like he did. He didn't have any right-hand English at all on it, which would have made him have a fuller, easier shot. Right, well, didn't you get sort of surprised when you saw the cue ball not grab to the right?
He's leaving himself a little too much to do, but Reyes still has to come with a shot here to contain Alcano. You saw the leg kick.
Yeah, he
won't be happy about that shot at all.
No.
He cut it way too thick.
But you kicked your leg pretty good. Yeah, he was trying to go all the way behind the 9, I believe. He jumped up, rare jump up.
Well, this is far from easy because the cue ball is going to have to do some traveling here. It's going to have to go across the bed of the table twice to get back over for the same side. And that's not to say the shot was easy.
The ball didn't roll off. Tough to shoot hard and make that kind of a shot. This is not a gimme either.
Got to stay still on this. Great shot.
Split the
Great
wicket.
shot.
Split the wicket. Felt
Tell you what,
pretty good on this.
He just knocked 2 in there. It'll go a long ways to erasing the memory of that last miss.
Yeah, he's going to be fine here. Just draw it back a little bit. Oh, 50-yard line maybe.
Still going to have to travel a bit with the cue ball. Swing this off the 2 cushions.
Exactly. He's listening to you, Jim.
Some great shot making here. The long 5 and the 6 laid the foundation for this rack. Ronato Alcano and Efren Reyes. 14 racks in the books. Nothing between them. 7-7. And Alcano having a quick word with.
You know what he told him?
With our racker here.
He said,
and I think he wants a break.
Yeah, I thought he was telling him to make the 9 bet. We're having a break here.
Rack number 14 in the books, and rack number 15 we'll have to wait just a little longer for.
Well, in the billiard club, are you guys liking this? And we still have 2 big days left, you know, and it's still worth the price. So tell your neighbors. How can you miss pool like this if you got a chance to sit on your couch and watch it?
Sit on your couch and no cover charge. How perfect is that?
Well,
www.billiardclub.net, and you too can have the best seat in the house. Watch this event for the first year in broadcast quality on your computer monitor.
Jimmy, when's the last time you competed?
Good question. Probably a snooker tournament. There's a golf tournament up in Canada that Cliff Thorburn and Kirk Stevens and a handful of us that are the Over the Hill gang. We grab our snooker cues and play. If for no other reason, because there's a golf tournament that runs in conjunction with. Wait just a little longer for.
Well, Alcano's back. Where's Efren? Well, he remembered the market. It's race to 4 now. Here comes Efren.
Here comes the magician. Alcano ready to rock. The 32nd U.S. Open coming to you on the Billiard Club Network. From the Chalk-Off Arena here at the Conference Center in Chesapeake, Virginia, the reigning world champion, Ronato Alcano, up against one of the game's greats, Efren Reyes.
Well, he made a ball, and he fell on this one. Where does the 2 go? If it does he have to hit it?
He's going to have to develop something. He's got a lot of work to do here. The first chance falling to Alcano. And at 7-7, the pressure has to be building as they go hand in hand down the backstretch.
Does the 2 go in the side past the orange 5 ball? Answer is, we'll see.
Well, that's a great shot. Yeah. This ball passes into the left side pocket, and he's dropped onto it perfect. He had to make that one and take the cue ball between the colors, jacked up on the side cushion.
Great shot.
And now he's left plenty of angle to get back over the other side of the table for the 4 next.
Effortless. Effortless. all that isn't as easy as it looks. It's just effortless.
This match is really swinging like a pendulum, going from one player to the next, and momentum seems to have swung back in Alcano's favor. If he can complete the clearance here, the remaining colors.
Plenty of suspense. What will happen here?
A very high standard, though, right from the start. Just what we would have expected. I think the Bustamante and Perica match. Yeah, that was a great
hit
shot.
The ball? Yeah, but he didn't get great
That
results.
left him perfect, that's for sure. This is going to be a tall order. But that one really whet the appetite of this one.
He doesn't want to bank it now. Earlier in the match, he might have banked it, but now he's just going to play safe. Oh, no, he's not playing safe. That looks like an impossible cut, didn't it? What a great shot.
For a world champion, piece of cake. 8-7. Alcano now back in front of Reyes. And with the break to come still in rack number 16.
I thought for sure he was going to play safe off that. There was nothing. There was nothing.
You don't win world championships backing in, Danny. You got to put your shoulder to the
Okay. Aren't you a little surprised he shot at it? Didn't it look like a safe?
Not after I saw him lining up.
But ahead of time, wouldn't you think he's going to play safe?
I thought he was going to bank it originally, and but he's such a shot maker. He's got a lot of self-belief, a lot of confidence, and he's hoping that's going to carry him through. Rack 16. Alcano looking to put some distance between him and Reyes.
Where's the cue ball going? Oh, man. It's going good for Efren because he didn't make a ball on the break. Look at this.
Well, is there going to be another swing?
That's what I said. Suspenseful match. What's going to happen now? I mean, if he falls on the 2, look where the 3 is. And how dumb am I to say if he falls on the 2? He sure fell on the 2, didn't he? Needs an angle on the 3 to go up to the 4 at the other end of the table, and he has the right angle here to do that.
Yeah, there's no problems here. He's going to just stop this. He'll have plenty of angle on that 3, and he'll track up the right-hand side of the table as we look. This is just about judging the speed, and to a player like Reyes, well, to any top player, this is pretty straightforward.
Yeah, the break got fickle for Alcano.
Oh, look at this.
Wait a minute.
Oh, that's unbelievable. Mark that one down. That's as big a mistake as you're ever going to see from Reyes. I'm not sure that he can't see this 4 ball.
No.
But I'll tell you what, he can count himself lucky if he can still make this, because he didn't need to be anywhere near that 8. And now he's brought the 6 into the equation.
Yeah. He shot a hair too hard. Well, he got that bad 6 out of the equation.
But everything has changed, and the degree of difficulty in this rack has just gone up a notch. Efren's got to come with a good shot here. This 5 does pass the 9 into the corner. But again, if there is a weak link in Reyes' game now, it's that shot making. The tactical mind is still as strong as it ever was. But the execution, that's a different story.
Yeah, this is not easy. He's going to go 3 cushions. No, he's going to go 1 cushion, and he's going to fall perfectly.
Except
he missed the ball.
He's just not the shot maker that he was 10 years ago. And having to go a different path than what was first outlined in his mind, I think was partly to blame. And Alcano is going to punish him here, swift and sure.
I'm sure he's a little surprised to have gotten back to the table here.
Surprised, but grateful.
Yeah.
And he's going to be going 9-7 in front.
He undershot that a little bit, so he's got to use the bridge and cut the ball a little thin, but he's going to get position for sure. Well, he got on the 50-yard line, but, you know, is he going to cut it or bank it? I guess he's cutting it in. The way he's been banking, it wouldn't shock me to bank it.
Alcano taking no prisoners right now, and he is back 2 racks clear, 9-7.
What are the stats here? I'd love to see the stats. Well, anyway, I want to see some stats. We got a picture of Alcano, and Alcano's looks don't change much. He's actually behind in the stats, 914 to 859.
Well, just a few more mistakes, though, from Alcano, and that's the difference, even though he's 9-7 ahead. But the big mistakes, the crunch ones, have come from that camp, Efren Reyes. And I can tell you, to our folks at home watching this and hoping they were going to see Corey Deuel and Shannon Dalton, where there was actually a scheduling mishap. And we've had to put Dalton and Deuel on an outside table simply because Niels Feijen is waiting to play the loser of that match. Shannon and Corey still on the A side, and the loser has to play Niels Feijen, and they had to get that match going because Feijen is waiting to play the loser tonight. So just a little bit of a scheduling mishap. We apologize for all our viewers waiting for that Deuel Dalton match, but this one's a long ways from over, and Reyes will have a lot to say about that. Great shot, great hit. Look at the result from the magician. That's what he needs.
But like I said, he is a true cushion player. And that is a big help playing pool games, especially kicking. It gives you such a big edge kicking because it gives you more of the table.
Good hit from Alcano. And look at the result. Anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do anything better than you.
Alcano smiles as he goes back to his seat. He knows he just dodged a bullet there.
He doesn't smile a lot.
Not very often.
That made him smile. Because he's sitting in a commanding position here. He's 2 games ahead, only needing 2. Well, Efren's trying to figure out. He pointed over there. I'd like to know what that means.
Well, he's looking in his mind.
He's kicking 2 rails because he can't reach kicking at 1 rail. 1 rail's a little easier hit, but he might be playing this in the side.
He's a little bit of good fortune here, and it didn't come as well as he hit it. At least it doesn't look like. Can he get through to this?
I think
it's
so.
very close.
I think he has it.
He's queuing at this. He can get by the 2. No problem. Alcano in the driver's seat. A little closer to his work than he may have intended, but
no problem.
Perfect speed.
Yeah, I don't see anything going wrong here. Except this.
A little thinner.
Yeah, a little thinner than he wanted. He wanted to make sure of an angle so he can go to the 5, but he got a little thin, but I don't think that's going to bother him. As long as this ball doesn't get him. Nope, pretty good. That's what the thing is about champions. You get a little out of line and you got to do it a little different. It's great to be able to improvise, and they certainly can do it. You know, it wasn't the route he originally planned, but it was all right.
And he's going to arrive to the hill.
Yeah.
Alcano,
It appears that way.
the reigning world champion. I said, Danny, so often the world champions have added the U.S. Open crown to their resume. And we might well be seeing Alcano doing the same thing, because the way that he's playing here, he's going to take some stopping. And the 9 deposited. And Alcano wants one more to stay unbeaten and send Efren Reyes to the loser's bracket. 10-7.
Yeah, if Efren gets to the table now ever, he's going to have to play perfect. No more mistakes. Your opponent is on the hill.
Rack number 18. Alcano wipes that cue ball. Gathers himself for his last break in this match. Ball down, but he's going to have no aggressive option on the 1.
Nope. And playing a guy like Efren, I don't think you're supposed to push out here.
No, why put the fox amongst the chickens?
Yeah.
But
he's pushing out.
He's going to test that
wrong
theory.
Again.
You get into a chess battle with Reyes, and you are tempting fate.
Efren doesn't even get up. He just says, I have no tricks here. You go ahead and handle it.
Widening the angle, it must mean something. I wonder if he can thin clip that 1 over towards the 5 and run with the cue ball and use the 6 as cover.
I don't see too much of a safety here.
Well, just the left-hand side of the 1. Bunt the 1 over towards the 5 and run around behind the 6. Use the 6 as a blocker. And he said
That's
too
what
thick.
he tried to do. Where's the cue ball going to go? It's going to go in the pocket. That's where it's going.
Caught it too thick, Danny.
Oh, this could really be a climax if Efren could put a 4-pack on him. Wouldn't that be exciting? Yeah, I thought he made a bad push. I thought he made a bad push, and it sure turned out that way. Efren didn't get fooled by the push. He immediately said, shoot. He didn't even look. He knew it was a bad idea. Oh, no.
I was just about to say, it goes without saying that Reyes can't afford any more mistakes, and probably the last we've just witnessed.
That was a shocking one. That was a shocking one because it was very unexpected. And I think this match is history. Ball on the 6 and keep that angle on the 7 from the 6 to go 2 rails to the 8. That's what he's thinking right now.
And he's stretching. Good thing he's tall. Was he going to try and play this well? He thought about playing it left-handed, but he's getting the rake.
Look where he's got the bridge.
This is different.
He's got the bridge on his left shoulder. That's a good trick.
Yeah, that was different. I've only ever seen someone use the rake like that when it was that was the bet. He had to play with the rake.
Yeah, he had to play that way. I've seen guys have to play using their foot with their toes as the bridge. This isn't a great position. It's a mile away, but he knows if he makes it, he's going to win this match.
Oh, great shot.
Yeah.
He's there now.
He didn't want to fool around with the bridge and try to get a better shot. He said, I'm just going to make the ball, take the shot at the money here.
Perfect angle to swing it around.
That's what he did.
The cushions. He can start doing the victory dance here right away.
Yeah, I believe so.
Just too many mistakes from the great man to be able to survive this clash against the reigning world champion.
Are you going down there and doing
I will be. I'm going to be talking to Ronnie. And it'll be very soon. Alcano, an 11-7 win over Efren Reyes, and he is staying on the unbeaten side of the charts, and the magician is going to have to fight his way back from the loser's bracket. We'll have a word with Alcano right away.
Efren played spectacular at times, and then he missed some easy layouts. Kind of shocking. I know he's not happy with that performance, but I think he lost a little bit of the intensity over the years. He's been doing this a long time and excelling at it. And the hungriness might be gone because he has had a lot of success financially with this game of pool. He won the biggest prize ever last August in Reno, $500,000 first place. Well, he's not out of it. He's on the loser side, and he now has to play single elimination. And he doesn't have to feel ashamed losing to a player like Ron Alcano. Ron Alcano right now is like the top 3 in the world for sure, and anybody's pick. And it doesn't mean he's going to automatically win this tournament now because he beat Efren. There are a lot of Tigers left in this tournament.
That's all right.
Okay. Let's hear how Ron Alcano feels about beating his idol.
Test 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 1 2. Well, a great win for Ronnie Alcano, an 11-7 victory over Efren Reyes. Never easy playing Reyes, is it, Ronnie?
No, I'm not easy to play Efren, but Reyes is the good player.
Are you happy with the way you played in this match?
Yeah, of course, I'm happy.
Now you stay unbeaten. You're the reigning world champion, Ronnie. What would it mean to you to win the U.S. Open crown as well?
Yeah, I don't know, but I try my best.
Well, you're very humble, and we know that. And Ronnie, congratulations. You stay unbeaten. It's going to be a good man to beat you, I promise you. But good luck. And just to remind everyone again, we're not going to show the Shannon Dalton and Corey Deuel match because the loser of that will be playing Niels Fyen. And we're waiting for that. That match we're going to show you. It's going to be on one of the outside tables. So don't go away. That match was still going to be shown. But Niels Fyen and the loser of the Dalton Deuel match will be right here on center stage in the Chalk-Off Arena, folks. So still more action to come. We know we're going to stay with us and enjoy it all. We'll be there.
Well, we'll close that out, I guess, for AccuStats and the Billiard Club Network for now. That's Danny Giliberto signing off. Well, we're still with you, Billiard Club Network. I don't exactly know what the match is that's going on this table right now, but I do know to the left of us, Corey Deuel is playing a big match with Shannon Dalton. We don't have a camera on it, but we can tell you what's going on. It looks like Corey Deuel won the lag for the opening break. We're having a show out there. AZB. Jerry Forsythe. But I don't know exactly what the match is going to be.
Didn't I say that last time?
I know that the winner of Shannon Dalton and Corey Deuel are going to play Niels Payen, and I don't know if that's going to go on the table later.
Jobs? Does Barry speak
And
tonight?
the table I mean is what we call the TV table.
Okay,
Corey Deuel scratched on the opening break. He didn't make a ball. The only ball he made was the white one, the cue ball.
Are you guys ready?